Hey everybody, it's your girl Inchworm with Wiggling on the Street, and another special episode here with my beautiful friend, Miss Kandace from Kandi Treats. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay, let me say it again. Hey everybody, it's your girl Inchworm with Wiggling on the Street, and I'm here wiggling with my beautiful friend Kandace with Kandi Treats. She is a vegan chef and she is going to teach us. We're going to talk a little bit about what it means to be a vegan, and of course she's going to whip us up a little something. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, girl.
I'm so happy to finally just be doing this with you.
Thank you.
Yes, we finally made it. We're here.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about you and how you got started with just becoming vegan. Let's start there. What does it mean to be vegan?
Okay, so to be vegan, for most nowadays, they've recognized it as not eating anything with animal products in it.
Okay.
Right? So it could be anything that just doesn't have an animal.
Okay.
What I mean by that is milk, fish, butter, things like that. Now, when it comes to plant-based, which is where I more so do personally, that's what I practice at home. This is where we are eating plants. So we even try to and work our way to avoid vegan processed foods. Okay, so your meat substitutes, a lot of things that are substituting for things that you used to eat, like your eggs and things of that nature.
Yeah.
We stray from that, and I go more from scratch at home. So, but vegan is easy to read.
Okay.
So that's where I like to introduce myself to everyone else because they understand that.
Why did you decide to become vegan? Like, how did that happen?
Ooh, okay, so it was 6 years ago.
Okay.
I always remember this moment where I called my mom because this was when I was still eating the Western diet, the SAD diet, standard American diet, the SAD diet, right?
The SAD diet.
That's what they call it.
Okay.
So I was just like, okay, this meat, dairy thing, I'm doing this. And I called my mom one day because I felt really like just off in my gut.
Yeah.
And she was like, at the time, and still, you know, she's pescatarian.
Me too.
So yeah, so she does mostly fish with veggies.
Yeah.
So she was just like, you know, well, let go of the meat for a while, let go of the dairy for a while, and just do fruits and veggies. So I did that for like a week. And I just remember having all of this energy and, you know, just really getting up early. And I always remember that moment. So when I had my daughter, I was already in the mode of learning about African culture, African spirituality. And I'm like, wow, like we're eating these foods and I'm recognizing that a lot of these foods is in struggle and I'm in struggle, right? So now I'm like,
Chitlins and
everything, right? So as I started to develop and do more research, I'm like, okay, this food is information and it's energy tied to all of this, right? So even though this is something that I've been brought up on, is this something that I really want to carry when I start having children? Or now having my daughter, is this something that I want her to be introduced to?
Right.
Coming into, you know, life with all the struggles that everybody sees we have now, like, is that something, is food another added on thing? No, this is something I can control for myself, right? So I started teaching myself. And then in the process of me beginning this, shout out to my auntie, my second mom, my auntie Mel.
Hey, Auntie Mel.
What's up, girl? She was just like, look up Dr. Sadie. Because even though, what I love about my family is like, even though it's like, okay, I'm not gonna do this, but this might be some good resources for you.
Right.
That's where that came from. So she introduced me to Dr. Sadie. I binged watched on all of those.
Yeah.
And then in the beginning with my daughter, I started straight alkaline. So I went from like vegetarian-ish to straight alkaline. So I went over, but I noticed, I was like, wait a minute, I don't know enough about spices and the basics.
Yeah.
So I went back and I'm like, well, what is this vegan thing about? And over time, I started teaching myself. just putting things out there on social media like everybody else do, stuff they like.
Yeah.
Food is my love language, that's my shit. I was like, okay. So as I started to put this out on social media, people started asking questions about it. And then it's grown into me being plant-based for 6 years.
Wow.
And teaching for the last 3 since 2019.
That's amazing. For me, it kind of shifted like that too. So I was actually working with a vegan at one of my old jobs, and he used to bring all of his vegan food. And I was like, God, this is so good. I mean, he would bring in even chocolate cakes. He would bring in, and it tasted like regular westernized, whatever you call it.
The sad diet, yeah.
Oh yeah, the sad diet food. I'm like, damn. So I was like, okay, so what can I do to like, I want to be like you. I don't know if I could go full vegan, but I want to do something. He was like, just try not eating meat for a day.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. So I did a day. It turned into a week.
Nice.
The second week, I started to feel how you felt. Like I was light. I had all this energy. And I'm like, dang. I felt it immediately. I would say maybe the second or third week. And then I was like, okay, well, I don't want to go completely, like I need something. So I started eating like fish. I had some fish with it. So I was like, I'm going to stick with this. It's been 6 years for me too.
Nice.
6 years for me. And I love the way that I feel. Tell me a little bit about your business and what you do and how we can order food, all that.
Okay, so right now with Lima Bean on the way.
She's got a baby.
Yeah, Lima Bean.
If I reach out to Kandi Treats, what am I getting? What can I do?
So going to my website, you can sign up for a consultation.
Okay.
Like a one-on-one consultation.
I did that.
Yeah. Oh, you did.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
You did. If you have a business, like say you have clientele, which I've done this for, where I've done like plant-based workshops, talking about protein in plant-based foods. And I did that for a Latina-owned, fitness gym in our community. So she wanted to, give her clients a different perspective on protein. So I did a workshop there, brought some goodies in and things like that. So if you have your own one-to-one consultation or business where you want to teach to your clients, I do those. And then the other one is the meal prep. But in this case, with that being slowed down, I also can do cooking demos. So that could be, online with family and friends, everybody get together. I'm sending out a shopping list. You could participate or watch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. And so I still love the teaching because teaching is where it started for me with all of this.
All right. So where can people find you? Where do they get the information to order if they need a consultation for a party, if they need a play, if they want questions? Where do they go?
Okay, so you can go to my website, which is www.kanditreats.online, or you can go to my Facebook page, which is at Kandi Treats 6. That's Facebook, yes. And then Instagram is Kandi_Treats14. So you can DM me there. My email is kanditreats14@gmail.com. So any one of those platforms I can be reached at.
Okay.
If someone has like questions before they actually decide to go to my website to get a consultation or anything like that, usually I'll get a few short questions through DM or email. That's perfectly fine because everyone wants to know if what they're purchasing is something that is going to benefit them. So I understand that. So definitely reach out.
Okay.
For sure.
Awesome. Make sure all of you reach out to her. I can attest for myself. She did my birthday party. She's done some other parties, and everything was amazing. She was so professional. All the food tasted good. I invited friends who had never tried vegan food before, and they were amazed. They loved it. So definitely reach out to her. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
So now we're going to get into the cooking part, right?
Yes.
So what are we making today?
Okay, so I decided to go quick and easy because right now in the space I'm in, quick and easy is what I need. I need food right away.
Yes.
Okay. So today we're doing like a cheesy rice bowl with broccoli, with some mushrooms.
I'm excited. Y'all stay tuned for this. What do we do? Where do I start? Help me do this.
All right, so you can start by cutting this zucchini in half moons, just like I have them here.
This is a half moon.
Yes.
Okay, half moon.
So you just slice down. Either way, you can turn it on the flat side, or yes.
I feel like it makes sense to do it like that.
Yeah, yep, you can.
And then go down.
Go down, and then slice again.
Look at me, cut zucchini.
Listen, it's gonna be good too.
I love zucchini. Any kind of vegetable, I'm all here for it.
Very filling.
Yes.
Very, very filling.
You'd be surprised. My favorite is eggplant.
Really?
I love eggplant.
Have you had, I'm sure you have, eggplant parmesan?
My favorite.
Really?
My favorite.
What about eggplant lasagna?
Yes. It's good. Anything Italian, like you were talking about acidic, that
Yeah.
tomato.
Yes.
Give me that and some cheese. I'm ready. Okay.
Good, good.
Here's my moon. Okay, my half moon. All right. What do I do next?
Okay, so now you can cut these red peppers, because even though there's red peppers in the cilantro lime rice that's frozen, I like to put extra freshness in the food.
Okay.
So you can cut
How do I cut it?
any way you want to. You can dice it up, you can slice it long, and leave them long if you want to. Any way you want to.
I like them long.
Yeah, you can do
I
that.
feel like it looks better that way.
Yeah, because when you see the color, then you'll remember the meal.
Yeah.
So I always tell people to put more color in their food.
Okay.
Yes. All right, now what we want to do is cook down these mushrooms. So I want to fry these up first.
What kind of mushrooms are these?
These are sliced portobello mushrooms.
All right.
So I've already wiped them down with a damp towel. The problem that people do, the thing that people do with mushrooms that mushrooms do not like is drenching them underwater. Do not put your mushrooms underwater.
I've done that.
Just taking them and just, it is not meat.
So you have to dry it.
You take a damp paper towel, like you take your paper towel, damp it, put it under the water, and then wring it all the way out. Shake it, and then take the damp paper towel and wipe your mushrooms.
Okay.
Because all you're looking to do is get the dirt off of them.
Okay.
Not soak them in water, because then they absorb all that water and then they turn into rubber.
Okay, what do we do now?
All right, so we frying them up.
What is this?
So this is avocado oil. Oils, okay? Do not cook coconut oil, do not cook olive oil.
Okay.
They do not carry well when they are warmed up at a high heat.
Okay.
Like that's 350, 450. They don't do well in that. Coconut oil is more so less cold, or sometimes in baking for binding. Olive oil is good as to add to make dressing.
Okay.
So, but avocado oil, grapeseed oil, great ones.
Okay.
All right, so I'm oiling the pan here, and we're just gonna throw the mushrooms in there because I want them nice and long. So silly.
Whoa.
Put them in there.
Cooking. Okay, and then what is this on right now?
This is on 350.
Okay.
So I had it on 400 to warm it up, and then I took it down to 350. So what we're doing now is cooking the mushrooms because I want the water, whatever water is left in them, because they already carry water, to come out.
Okay.
So here I'm just flipping them over because they cook pretty quickly.
I love mushrooms too.
Meat girl,
A good mushroom.
listen. If we want to go there, we can talk mushrooms, okay? Lobster mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, lion's mane mushrooms.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a whole variety. Maitake mushrooms, yeah. And they all have different textures. They all do different things. Some do better than others. And certain textures you want for chicken replacements or anything. Yeah. All right, so I'm adding some salt.
Himalayan sea salt.
Yes. Yep. So this is to get more of the water out. And I'm only adding salt right now because I don't want to lose none of the other chicken flavoring that we're going to use.
Okay.
So I'm cooking it down, and then we're going to remove it so that I can add the wet ingredients, which is the frozen rice and then the frozen broccoli.
Okay.
Because I want to add a little bit of vegetable broth to that to cook that down. Add the cheese. You'll see.
Okay.
It's gonna do what it's gonna do.
I'm so excited.
Yes. So we're letting that go. Actually, we can add in the zucchini and the peppers too.
I chopped some of those. I just want y'all to know.
You did, and you did great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, this is starting to melt, so let me use my other spoon. Oh yeah, I came prepared.
Look at you.
So the thing with eating things frozen, I like to put fresh ingredients in with frozen to liven it up some. You know what I mean? Even if it's just sliced tomatoes on the side or something like that, to add a pop of freshness to something that I've cooked in oil,
Yeah.
I try to make sure that I have something fresh with it. So I'm doing that here. So I'm gonna add some salt on this. Okay, so I'm adding salt here. But then I'm also gonna add some onion powder
Smells so good.
and garlic powder to the veggie portion.
Not to the mushroom.
No, because I'm about to add some chicken seasoning to it.
Okay.
So I kind of want it to absorb a lot of that flavor.
I know mushrooms is used a lot for a meat replacement. Vegan.
Yes, which is great because with mushrooms, they have vitamin D in them, which a lot of people have been looking for, especially during the pandemic. And what I also like is that summertime is around the corner. So you can literally take mushrooms of any kind, put them outside for at least 5 to 10 minutes, and they'll absorb more vitamin D.
Oh, wow.
Yep, so usually I'll do that after I've cleaned them, wiping them down with a damp paper towel, and then sometimes I'll just eat them raw in a salad by just cutting them up, you know, and doing them that way. So, a lot of great ways to use mushrooms.
Your baby gonna come out.
Man, strong, listen, I'm telling you.
Okay, what seasoning is that?
So this, they have it set up for you to use it for grilling,
Okay.
but I like to use grilling in the kitchen sometimes with the seasoning, especially as a plant-based eater, because when you try to go like whole with your seasonings, sometimes they leave out a lot of stuff.
Okay.
That meat eaters know how to use spices on food.
Right.
Yes. So I like to use a combination. Now I do look at the ingredients to make sure everyth's pretty clean. But yes, grilling seasonings are great when you're using them for meat substitutes. All right.
Yes. The veggies is brown.
So, yeah, roasting up really good in there. Yeah, so I'm ready to take these out. So we got that. So here we go, finished product.
Beautiful.
With the veggies.
Woo!
Now, here's the quick part. Cilantro lime rice.
Cilantro, lime, rice, and broccoli.
Yeah. All right, those go in. We're gonna add some veggie broth. Please check your veggie broth. Some veggie broths have meat in them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they'll put like chicken or bone or something like that and call it a veggie broth, but it'll have a little bit of a meat base.
Okay.
So I like to use a brand that doesn't have any of that in there, clean ingredients. So we're throwing in the veggie broth to thaw out the veggies. All of this all together, total, should take you no longer than like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in and out. So this is pretty much just about done. As you can see, it's getting pretty tender quickly.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. So I'm just gonna add a little salt here, because salt tends to thaw things out pretty quickly. Salt also helps water boil.
Okay.
Yep. So.
And Himalayan salt is better than regular.
So yes.
salt.
So if you're going to get white salt, make sure it is iodized white salt, which they normally do not sell in the store,
Okay.
or it's hard to find.
Okay.
And usually they say that on the front of the package that it's not iodized, especially pink salt or any other white salt. So if I'm gonna have to choose and I'm on the go, I'd rather go with pink salt.
Okay.
But in most cases, for me, I like to order my salt off of Amazon because there's a black lava salt that I am absolutely in love with.
Okay.
But I ran out of it. So this is my bad good. Yep. So a little bit of salt to add flavor, because you definitely want, salt. And I'm not a big fan of pepper because it messes with the thyroid.
Oh, really? Black pepper?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Yep.
And I put black pepper on. Oh my God. Because I love a kick. Even though I know you can use a different pepper.
Yes.
But I love black pepper. I thought it was good for you.
No. It's okay to use. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if it's something where you're using it, yes. And if you want to add a little kick in there, you can. Right?
Can I stir this?
Yes.
I got ADHD.
Yes. Do your thing.
I feel like I need to do something.
No, you good. No, you good. But yes, pepper over time does some breaking down of the thyroid.
Wow.
Yes. So I like to use papaya powder because the seeds out of the papaya are peppery like pepper. And they're also good for the digestive tract. They're good for... I'm going to add my cheese.
Now what kind of cheese is this?
Okay, so this is my Kandi Treats homemade vegan cheese.
Hold it under the camera so they can...
Yes, with all the specks in it and stuff like that.
Yes.
There's seasonings in that.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we don't just melt the cheese down.
Ooh.
We season the cheese we melt down.
Yes.
Okay, that's what we're doing. So
So excited.
it's cold right now, so it's a little gelatinous. But as soon as I add in the veggie broth,
Oh my God.
okay, we're gonna start with you.
It just looks so good. I know it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for a creamy consistency with this.
Okay. I
So
wasn't expecting that. Okay.
yeah, yep. I got you, girl. All right.
Can't wait.
So
Yes.
cheesy rice and broccoli.
Yes.
Let me turn this down so it gives me time to mix everything.
This
Yeah.
is so good.
So this is your Tuesday night with some garlic bread and
Yeah.
okay, get your nice little scoop here. So we have that. And then let's slide this over a bit. So then we can take some of these veggies, put some of them extra mushrooms and stuff on top of there.
Yeah, put it on in there.
There you go.
Yes.
How's it telling? What's it saying to you?
I immediately tasted the cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And then the consistency with the mushroom. It's seasoned. It's like the seasonings. It's just all of it. It's so good. I love the vegan cheese. I was kind of nervous about it. I'd be nervous about.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing that I get that trips me up, like about going vegan is the cheeses and, I love eggs.
Yes.
But you made that for my birthday too and
I
it
did.
was good.
Thank you.
It's so good.
Thank you.
Chipotle who?
Okay, listen, okay? Okay. The
It's
eyes.
so good.
It's the eyes closed
When
for me.
my eyes closed, that's how you know. I took my glasses off because she had me crying off camera.
Listen, we had some embracing, some feminine energy to wrap around, for sure.
But look, make sure y'all follow Kandi Treats everywhere. Order from her. She's got a little lima bean. If you tune into Wiggling on the Street, I'm your host, Inchworm. Make sure y'all follow Kandace, okay? Kandi Treats. And wiggle your way down to online, to her website, all that, so that you can get some of this amazing vegan food.
Ooh, this fire.
It's so good.
Ooh, girl.
It's so